Right, the elite men are off and underway here in Battersea Park. Charlie Brisley in the yellow. Look out for him, the Newham and Essex Beagles man. And he knows this course very well. Set his lifetime best or road best on it a few years ago, and he's since bettered it at Armagh. And he's got a nice, well, very, very fast, incredible 5K performance on the track as well. 13:53. Henry Hart, the all-white strip of Belgrave. We won't miss him. The marathoner, he's done a couple 100Ks as well in his time. And now he's here and he's sharpening up, I must say. Looking at him a little bit, he's dabbled with some track races already this season. Considering we're only April, many are still just coming off the back of that cross-country campaign, rebuilding the base a little bit as well. But yeah, Hart has been sharpening up a touch. And he's certainly going to be the hometown favourite today. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there on the course vouching for him and willing him on out here. And again, I talk about knowing the course well. He knows it exceptionally well. So welcome back all. Can you believe it? 4 years of Friday night under the lights events. It started just coming out of COVID back in 2021. Coincidentally, that first Friday night under lights they had was, in fact, the course record night that Jack Rowe ran 13:36. It hasn't been bettered since. What a time that was. And, well, we're going to get to see him on Sunday. What can he deliver in his debut marathon? Well, there we go then. A nice modest start for these men. Not too dissimilar to what we saw in February, actually, when Kavanagh took the win against the likes of Wakefield. They really laid it on that last mile. And I think they're looking to do something a little bit similar today. Take that corner very well. And it is often. That is the sharpest corner of the day. That one coming into the finish straight, also a little quick as well. So, things just starting to thin out a little bit. There we go, the likes of Hart. And you can look, he's a man who takes those 1% very, very seriously. He's got the little cutouts. Galen Rupp-esque, isn't it? From that 2016 Olympics in the marathon. And Henry Hart making some similar movements. So here we go, just talking to Brisley. And this is interesting. I mean, we're here for a race at the end of the day. The two of them just having a little bit of dialect there. And I think Hart just saying, look, I'm not in the good enough shape to beat you here. It's that a bit of mind games because now Brisley finds himself at the front. He's forced himself forward. And now Hart is in pole position, I would say, tucking in behind. And that's right where he wants to be. So, if it is mind games, it's very, very clever. But he might just be looking, can they work together to just get the fastest time? Conditions are great. And as I mentioned in that previous race, where those elite women, Olivia, Matthias, just seconds away from that course record. But that proves the conditions are good. But also, the fact we're operating in daylight here makes things a lot easier for these men. As good as the glowing lamps are in Battersea Park, they add to the atmosphere, that's for sure. Nothing beats daylight here. You can really get rolling, nothing to break your rhythm, and that's why, time and time again, it is so fast. So the lead has changed once again. Every couple of hundred, these men are taking into turns. They are absolutely flying. We're 4:35 mile speed. They're about 4:15. If they were to carry this on and see this out, if you want that track conversion, you're looking at about 68, 69 lap splits at this stage. And these two are just away and clear. The likes of Aiden Lennan, a bit further back in that lead, that chase pack. Second place here in the 10K last year. Had a great race with Freddie Hessian that day. Pair of them just outside 30 minutes. It's just a couple seconds separating them. So, Brisley doing his stint up at the front. Interestingly, bouncing off a 10K, went out to Belgium, racing that European Championships over to 10K. Of course, there was the elites, but there was a mass race. Even Scott Beattie was involved in that one. So Brisley was another one of those guys. Took the trip out, and a good opportunity actually to just test yourself against the best in the world. Get in a race like that. See how you fare. Because it is different. Very, very different than racing domestic athletes week in, week out. And I think it must have been a learning curve for him. Obviously, we know the course wasn't electric. It was a challenging course in many ways, but a 29.38, we know Brisley's capable of much, much more than that. And his winter showed. You know, that sub 14 at Armagh in February showcased what he's capable of. And a 14.0. So 5 seconds separated these two men back in February. Brisley coming out on top on that occasion. Hart running a 14.08, which was a great lifetime best for him. And now, this is great to see. They're racing, but I think they are just appreciating they're gonna run better together for a large proportion of this race. How long can they keep just sharing the lead? It's instinctive as well. They're not planning this. Do not be fooled. It's almost like they're out there drafting off one another like you see cyclists do. Whenever you feel that pace drop, the other one just pulls round and keeps pressing. It's exactly what these two men are doing. And to be honest, it is great to see. It's quite mesmerizing, really, as we come to the conclusion of lap 1. And we'll have 2.5K remaining. And who is going to come out on top? It's going to be a duel for sure. As the pace increases now, we're well through that first mile. We're down on 430 mile speed, so they're just upping it a touch. And they'll look at the clock and they'll know what they've got to do. If they're going to get near that 14, and they'll be here for that. They'll have big races lined up. They'll know the pair of these are probably going to be eyeing up that British Championships in the summer on the track. Can they break that 13.50 mark or get near it? That's what it's going to take to be at the big dance at the Alexander Stadium in August at those World Championship qualifiers. And of course, the British Championships. So, the long loping stride of Henry Hart still leads the way. Brisley in second, just pulling wide alongside him, matching him shoulder to shoulder. Sharing the same rhythm, the same cadence at this stage. And I tell you what, Ronnie Richmond a little bit further back. 14.37, his lifetime best. 2:15 marathon in Valencia. He is dragging the rest of the field through that lap marker as they string out behind him, and he looks to pull them through as well. Well, we haven't seen this before. This is a new race for us here at Friday Night Under Lights. It's great teamwork. Two men who know each other well. They'll be looking to get one up on each other for sure. Who could corner better? Well, Hart had that wider berth, didn't he, round there, and took that turn much, much better than Brisley, who now slots in behind, and you can see drafting, if there ever is a wind, there's a slight breeze on this section of the course, and there's a slight tailwind when we get back round by the pear tree. You guys will know it. I'm sure many of you watching this. A mile to run between these two men in the race, like they have been for the last, 9 minutes or so. So we're going to go through, well, we went through 2 miles in about 9 minutes. They're bang on 4:30 miling. They're right on 14:10 tempo. Just inside, which is ever so close to a lifetime best. And a meet best for both of these men. Don't forget, although Brisley's 5K road PB of 13.56 in Armagh, his best on this course, 14.03 in February, and Hart 14.08, they are evenly matched. And I think Hart, coming off the back of that Berlin Marathon, identified, you know what, if I'm going to take my marathon running to the next level, I'm going to need a little bit more speed. A 30:14 at the turn of the year in Valencia. And now he's got a taste for the fast lane. And we've seen him dabbling a little bit of track work. And here we go. The business end of Friday night under the lights. Final race of the day. It's a fantastic meet here in April. First one of the year in daylight. The trees are out, sheltering, but this is the first time now we've seen a gap. Brisley making a conscious effort just to push on. Asking questions of Hart, who just needs to stick at his task. Here's a fantastic rhythm. Rarely see him falter. You're never going to see a man with hip strength blow up completely. So it does Brisley know that. Can he just string him along, wear him down? And once that elastic band breaks, he can focus on crossing that line first. There we are, 4 kilometers hit in 11:16. K to go. They're going to have to go some of their break 14. What an impressive run anyway. Even if they get low 14s, 14:10, 14:15, be quite special considering the circumstances. Just 2 men. Almost a time trial scenario for them tonight as well. All about the man from Newham. Checks his shoulder a touch. Looks back and sees a 10-meter gap, the biggest of the race. But this is where we saw the Belgrave man in the previous race do a fantastic job at just holding off Don Bolton, wasn't it, at Victoria Park? Just didn't give him a sniff. So Charlie Brisley, ladies and gentlemen, coming into one of the final couple minutes of this race under. He's got less than 600 metres to run. He's going to be in familiar territory now. He'll back himself over the marathon man of Henry Hart in the final 200. But he's got a large enough gap. As I say that, Hart is on the move. And he's going to leave it all out here. Wouldn't it be special for him to win a race? Belgrave 2 for 2 at Friday night under lights. That's never happened. A bit of history for you there. But can he get a PB? They're still on PB territory. 13 minutes on the clock now. Charlie Brisley and Henry Hart, ladies and gentlemen. And Brisley, who shared the lead over that first lap, he did do his fair dues. He put the work in himself as well. It wasn't all Henry Hart. He didn't sit in for all that long at all, but took his moment on the backstretch. What he has done well, he's been reactive, responsive. He's picked up on body language, and the minute Hart started to slow, he was off. He got him when he was down, when he was weak, and that gap now is bigger than it's ever been, but he's got to stay with it. He's got to hold it together over that last couple hundred metres. Through the mile, well into the last 200. 13:45 on the clock. What can he produce over the last 100 metres? Can he get close to his course best? Charlie Brisley taking the win here. Great to see him, and this is the first time he's going to win in Battersea Park. Friday night under the light champion, Brisley of Newham. And Henry Hart hanging in there. Took it on, got after it. Deserves every bit of that second place. I'll tell you what, Ronnie Richmond a little bit further back. Aiden Lennan as well. Across the line, those boys come. That's got to be a lifetime best for Richmond. Massive lifetime best for him, the 2:15 marathon runner. Bedford County vest coming across as well. Another Friday night under lights in the books here in Battersea Park.